Magandang araw. Ako si Kui Code. So this is just a quick follow-up to my last video on the builder pattern in Python. Some of you dropped some comments and mentioned a few things like not having deep copy means that I might just end up building the same object over and over again, as well as using keyword arguments that will make things cleaner and more Pythonic. So in this video, I'll be trying to implement those ideas and seeing the results. Also, this isn't saying you have to use a builder. It's just showing a pattern how to make it work nicely in Python, but this is just this specific pattern is optional. So first things first is, let me scroll down to the bottom here. What I'm going to do is print this because I have all these builder objects here, or all these different um, objects here. And initially, these ones, the way that I had it in my previous video, I'm not actually returning a reference because this is a different character builder object. So if I were to go ahead and print that the way that I have it, as you can see, all the IDs are different. Um, so that's just the first thing, is that, no, I wasn't returning references. These objects are all different. But let me go ahead and look at this down here. If I look at this, if I am only using one builder or one warrior builder instead of having a new one for each type, if I'm only using one and that one builder is going to make multiple objects, well, in this case, this one is actually going to have all the same ID, because when I go up to my builder here, my build function, it's just returning the same self.character. So an easy way to fix that is just include deep copy. So we can just simply do this, deep copy it, and then when you print it out, now they're all different, which is always good. And then what I can do now to make this a bit more Pythonic is I can delete all of this and include some keyword arguments. So for keyword arguments, you put two asterisks with keyword args, and then you can, for the constructor, you just do it like that instead. This is a default, so if you don't include the character class, it'll default as warrior. In this case, it'll default as 0. These ones don't have defaults, but I guess I could just add like sword or something here. This one doesn't have a default, so normally when you make a new object or you make a new character, you'll just have to pick your race and your name. And now I'm going to make some changes to the character builder itself. I'm going to delete this self.attrs for attributes. It's going to be a dictionary. And instead of having all of this, which is just kind of, excessive, what I can do is include a set function like that. And then that way we can just pass in all the arguments, whichever ones you want. It'll update the dictionary with the exact ones we pass in. And then for the build, we can just do it like this instead. We'll just make a new character with the attributes, and we'll actually include one more thing here as well, which is a clone, because in this situation, if we have one builder object and we change the property like this, it's going to mutate that existing builder object. So if we have a clone method, then what we can do is just call clone instead, like this, and then that way it'll just be a clone. That way, if you're making a bunch of different ones, it's not going to just use the same one every time and like mutate it or whatever. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of these as well because I have ones that are a little bit different, so those can be deleted, and we'll just use these ones instead. And then what I can do is do it like this. So now we have create warrior builder, set the race to human, and then what we can do is make a new warrior with the name called build, and that's going to give you one character. And then when you make the second warrior, call and build again, we'll just give you a new character with the same attributes. So it's just, in a way, you're not necessarily doing copy, you're just making a new character, which the other method that I had did have a new character builder every single time, but in this case it's just a character every time. But I guess we technically have a new builder here anyways. But this should still work. If I go ahead and print this, well, we can see that, okay, we have the human warrior with a sword, and then we have the orc warrior with an axe, and it says false because these two are different objects. We're not returning a reference, we're returning just the same object. And then here's the funny thing about using keyword arguments. As I said, it kind of makes doing the builder kind of redundant because, like I said, if I delete this and what I'll do instead is I can just simply do that. So now all we're doing is making a new character, and we can just pass in whatever arguments we want. We don't need to have a bunch of different versions of the different constructors because we're just passing this in. They're all being set. And then because we're making a new object, you don't need to worry about it, deep copying or passing a reference or any of that stuff. And if we go ahead and submit this or run this, this still works. It's a different object, and we're good to go. And this is a lot more simple than having all those different classes and stuff. So I guess if you're trying to do something simple, this is good enough. I suppose there probably are some examples where you might want to do the other way with all the different classes if your system is much bigger. But this also works. So it's kind of like having a different tool. You can do it this way or you can do it the other way. But that's it for this video. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of any new videos. And as always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. See you next time on Kuya Code. Paalam.